Hello and Merry Christmas. I'm Elizabeth Grant and I am your public speaking teacher for the next month. You have enrolled in a very fast-paced 1-month intercession course that will meet your public speaking requirements for the state of Illinois. So we are bound to give 3 speeches. The first 2 are 5 to 7 minute speeches, and the third one is a 7 to 10 minute persuasive speech. All of those are going to be delivered on Zoom so that you can knock this out over Christmas. And so I wanted to just quickly acquaint you with the course because you have about 24 hours to get a self-speech ready. Hopefully you have received my email that has my sample self-speech and my sample outline. You will notice that the outline follows a template that's given here under the recipe for a perfect outline. It has a title and general purposes and a specific purpose and a thesis. Then it is a keyword outline. I encourage you to use this as your speaking notes. We are going to use an extemporaneous style in the course. That is a conversational style. For each speech, I'm going to ask that you would stand and deliver your speech. I've been an elf at the Wildly today, so I thought I would just try to spread some cheer for you too. So you'll stand, you'll deliver, you will gesture, you will have a visual aid for each speech too. That can be an object, if you wanted to just use an object, or it could be, you could share a screen for part of your speech. Sometimes I would say that less is more when you have a visual aid and the focus should actually be on your speech. So prior to each speech, you need to have your outline uploaded. So by around noon that day, that would be great. We'll be speaking at 1 o'clock on the first 2 speaking dates and 2 o'clock on the last. We have about 20 people enrolled, so it will be a long session. I will ask you to chat me when you get into the Zoom session, the order in which you'd like to go. I am requiring that you be in attendance as audience members and that you show your video. I know that's uncomfortable for a lot of people, but knowing that this is the expectation of the course, I hope you can just be ready for that. You are audience members and your feedback is important and your energy is important, and the fact that you would stay with eye contact on the speaker, all of that, even though we're doing this on Zoom, is still important. And it can actually help a speaker's energy level and confidence just to know that you are interested. So you will know that there are 4 modules, and the first one's the only one that's open right now, but these modules will stay there once they are completed. There's a module to prepare you for each of the major assignments. So the first one's going to get you ready for your self-speech and will allow you to explore some other things after the speech, because the speech is pretty fast, because I know that some of us are traveling for Christmas. So there will be nothing due the week, no speech actually due the week between Christmas and New Year's. That's why things are spaced the way they are. But if you get into the module, I'm expecting you to follow what is due and then to open all of these links. So this first session has 8 speeches that you need to watch. And you're going to actually be building your own rubric. So as people who are listeners to speech, we have some opinions about what we find effective. The style that we use in this class is called extemporaneous. That means it's a conversational, prepared, and practiced delivery style. So I am asking that you would use keyword notes, that you would never read to us, that you would not memorize your speech, but that you would do kind of what I'm doing right now and explain your speech material while following an organizational structure. So hopefully you will learn how to do this. Because we're doing the first one really quickly, I want you to know that the style that we use, the format that we use on this first one especially, is simply a preview body review. Tell us what you're going to tell us, then tell us what you told us. I generally try to guide my students to having 3-ish main points. You only have 5 to 7 minutes. You have 15 seconds of grace period on each side. So, but try to aim for around, 5 minutes. If you're afraid you're going to speed up, go ahead and prepare 7 minutes of material. If you speed up, surely you're going to hit 5. So, but practice. I know that you don't have a lot of time this first one, but that's why you don't have any research to do on the first speech. You're simply telling some information about yourself to the class in an organized way. So what I'm asking you to do is maybe tell a story. If it's one story, break it into two or three pieces. You'll notice that my speech that I shared with you had two main points. One was my first son and one was my second son. So whatever works for your content, but we are expecting that you would actually develop your main points in the body. Next speech, you're going to actually have to have research, but with some according tos and things like that. But for your self speech, it's just you. So you don't have to do that. So go ahead and open the first module, start developing your thoughts for your self speech, watch my sample, and then show up on Tuesday at 1 o'clock ready to roll. You have your outline uploaded under the template. Go ahead and open module 1, and then also in the course orientation, that is actually where you should start the course. Look at the outline, look at how the points are going to be earned. You will have quizzes in each chapter that go with your Speak Up textbook. So I've heard that there might be PDFs out there online. I don't know that for sure, but since our bookstore is closed, if you didn't get your book last week, which I hope you did, I don't think that you're going to find anything open this first couple weeks because campus is closed. Sorry about that. But you might want to rent the book on Amazon or search and see if you can find a PDF out there. I know this is weird because we are actually in class when a lot of the services are not available to you on campus, but we're going to make this work. One way that you're going to demonstrate your public speaking ability is by using Flipgrid. This is something that you can do on your phone if you want to download the app, or you can utilize your camera on your laptop. But many of the points that you're going to get, some of the points, the majority of the points you earn are on public speeches, but some of the other points you're going to be able to demonstrate is through Flipgrid, and I give you specific prompts. I'm doing this instead of a discussion board since I have a feeling that you've got a lot of other stuff going on over the holidays. So that's why we're using Flipgrid. I hope you will like that as an alternative. It is, to me, it is the best thing to do because this is a public speaking course and it gives you more chances to get in front of an audience in a recorded way and to re-record and practice. And I want every Flipgrid to be done standing, looking at the camera as if you're giving a speech. So every module will have at least one of these Flipgrids. Okay, I also want you to do this. I want you to look at the rubrics by which you're going to be assessed. I always think it's a good idea to know how you're going to be graded. So if you pull this up, you'll see that for all speeches, you can earn a 0 through a 5, being superior. And the first speech is going to be assessed using this special occasion rubric. So I'm going to pull that up, and you're going to see a lot of categories. This is what's needed in your introduction. The WIFM is a statement of why people should listen to your speech. You'll notice my WIFM in my worry speech is I'm telling you this so that you might worry less. Then you're going to need to have some development of main points. Remember, you don't need research, so the developments are just details that you choose to provide. Your review is going to be going back over your main points, and then your lever is similar to a grabber in that it is a way to allow the audience to know that you are finished without saying, that's it. So please don't say that's it, but instead have something related to the content of your speech to tie it all together at the end. Again, I'm expecting you to stand and deliver, to use gestures, to have good posture. And a visual aid is required for each speech. Okay, so look over this rubric some more. I will see you on Tuesday, December 20th at 1 p.m. on Zoom. You will see that you come into the Zoom through a tab here on the left. It says Zoom links for the 3 speeches, and that's how you're going to enter. Okay, so I look forward to seeing you in a little bit. Remember, I am an email away at eegrant@lc.edu. I will be communicating with you through your Lewis and Clark email. So even if you're not a full-time Lewis and Clark student, I'm expecting that you will be using that. If you need any of the help from the help desk, I have been told to email at helpdesk@lc.edu, helpdesk@lc.edu, and that they will be checking that once a day. So you're not out here on your own. I am here to help you. Let me know if you have some issues, but I hope just to see you on Tuesday at 1. Have a great evening and good luck as we start the class.